A very good evening and welcome back to Sense of Science. So today we are going to learn the topic the phosphorus cycle. Now phosphorus cycle is present in the chapter of ecosystem ecology unit class 12 bio and is very expected as a 3 marker in the board exams as well, because this is the first time you are studying such a cycle which is not involving the atmosphere. We'll go about the details as well about what I am saying now. Till now, many nutrient cycles you have already learnt in class 9, the nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, then your water cycle, oxygen cycle, and you have again emphasized on nitrogen cycle in class 11. But one thing which we have said common in those cycles was that those cycles were gaseous. Okay. Now, whenever I talk about a cycle, before we move into the detail of phosphorus cycle, a cycle of nutrients can be gaseous or it can be sedimentary. Alright. Now when I talk about gaseous cycles, those cycles involve the atmosphere. Alright. And when I talk about sedimentary cycle, which means that there is no involvement of atmosphere, the nutrient cycling starts in the ground and ends in the soil only. The soil it begins with and it ends on soil. That means it is only involving the land. Okay. So this phosphorus cycle is one kind of a sedimentary cycle, and the first you are going to study. In this cycle we will have no involvement of air, only the land. Everything will start and end at land. Fine. So let's get started. Now whenever I talk about a nutrient cycle, first of all you should know what is the reservoir of a nutrient. Now when I talk about the phosphorus or the P reservoir, reservoir means a place where the nutrient is most abundant. Okay, the reservoir of phosphorus is rock. Phosphorus is found in rocks, okay, which can be the ores of phosphorus as well. Fine. Now, from this rock, as we all know, that rock undergoes a process called weathering and forms soil. Okay, so this rock undergoes the process of weathering and it forms soil. Fine. Weathering means a breakdown of rocks. The rocks get broken down, and this breakdown can be due to either microbial actions, microbes and symbionts like lichens. You already should know from class 11 what lichens are, a symbiotic association of fungi and algae. Okay. If you want me to make a video on lichens as well, please do write in the comment section. I will definitely make it. The second way the breakdown can occur is due to temperature and sunlight. It can also occur in a small way due to wind and water. Okay. It can also occur due to plant growth on a rock, etc. Are all methods through which the breakdown or weathering of rocks can happen, which lead to the formation of soil. And soil, of course, you should be knowing by now, is always a solution. Why do I call soil a solution? Now we should know that solutions can be of any type. It can be a solid in solid solution, liquid in liquid, liquid in solid, gas in gas, etc. These are types of solutions I am talking about, a topic of chemistry class 12. Soil is a solution of solid and solid, which are the solid minerals which dissolve in the solid particles of the soil. Okay, so the soil solution is formed by the breaking down of the phosphorus reservoir, which was the rock. Now we know that on soil all the organisms grow, the plants grow. So from this soil, this nutrient is taken up by plants. Okay, there is an uptake of phosphorus by plants who take them through the roots and utilize them for their uses. Now phosphorus, as we all know, what will be the uses of phosphorus? It can be used for synthesis of ATP, energy carrying molecule, adenosine triphosphate. It can be used for building of membranes. It is present in membranes as well, membrane biogenesis, etc. And many such uses are there as well for phosphorus, which the plants will use. Plants, we all know, in an ecosystem are the producers as well. Okay, the producers of the plants. Now after this, we all know that plants are consumed by herbivorous animals. That's why they are called herbivores, because they consume the plants, and herbivores in a food chain are your primary consumer. So the plants are taken up for food by the herbivores, which are the primary consumers. Now these producer consumer, these are all called trophic levels. I will be soon making a video on trophic levels in an ecosystem also. and would be linking it in a description box, and will make a playlist on this chapter as well, so you can go through that anytime you want. Alright. So these are herbivores which are eating the plant. So this phosphorus now from the plants is going to the herbivores. Fine. It is some is used in plants and the remaining one is going to the herbivores. These herbivores further will be eaten up by the small carnivores and the large carnivores, which are the secondary and tertiary consumers. So they are consumed by the carnivores, which are the secondary consumer and tertiary consumer. And so the phosphorus is going from the herbivores to the carnivores. So now the phosphorus is going here. First it went from the soil to plant, and then from plant to herbivores, herbivores to carnivores. Now when these carnivores will die, okay, when these carnivores will die, after that, so after death, they will be the broken dead and decaying matter of the dead and decaying remains of the carnivores will be broken down by the decomposers. Okay. Now you must be familiar with that decomposers are also called detritivores. So the detritivores consume these. Okay. What do they consume? The dead and decaying matter of carnivores, and hence the phosphorus now travels to the detritivores. And these detritivores by decomposition, as we all know from the decomposition cycle, I will be making a video on that as well, and you can see it in the playlist of this chapter of ecosystem, that the decomposers actually convert the organic phosphorus which is the phosphates and all, to the inorganic phosphorus. Okay, inorganic phosphorus is your mineral phosphorus which was already present in the soil, and this mineral phosphorus again hence is transferred back to the soil. Okay, and hence the cycle is completed. Now whenever we are talking about a cycle, we include that the nutrient is going from its original place to the organisms which need it, and then from the organisms they will go by the decomposers who will convert those organic material to inorganic material once again into the reservoir it was there. Same happens for the gaseous cycles as well. Alright. Well, there is one more point which is missing in this. Sometimes have we noticed that only if carnivores will die or herbivores will die, they will give organic phosphorus back by decomposition. But plants can also die, and when plants will die, the dead and decaying remains of the plants can also be used by the decomposers. So this is also taken from this also, the plants only, the phosphorus can go back to the soil, and this is called litter fall. Litter fall basically just means your death and decaying matter of plant is consumed, and also some excretions. The excreta of these animals may also contain this phosphorus as well. So this can be in the dead matter as well, okay, which will go to the decomposers in the detritivorous cycle. Alright. Or they can be from the litter as well. Litter means the excreta, from the excreta as well. In the excreta also, the fecal matter, also we will find that some minerals will be present which are unused by the organism. Fine. Alright. So this was your phosphorus cycle, and again concluding with a very important point that this cycle is called a sedimentary cycle. Sedimentary means that this cycle is entirely present in the land and soil. It is not involving atmosphere at any cost. Okay, so there is no exchange of gases by phosphorus, there is no exchange of gaseous phosphorus, I meant to say, and along with that there is no such involvement, no step of the cycle is involving the atmosphere. It is completely happening in the land. So hence we conclude that phosphorus cycle is a sedimentary cycle. Other example of sedimentary cycle can be your sulfur cycle as well, but the detailing of that is not in our syllabus, so we won't be considering it at the moment. Fine. So you can take a screenshot of this to get the detailing of the phosphorus cycle. With this we close the class for today. In case if you have any doubt or want me to make the video on any specific topic of your convenience or question of your convenience, do feel free to write in the comment section, and stay tuned for more upcoming videos. Alright, and stay safe of course. Take care, thank you, and please do not forget actually to like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.